Welcome to Living the Ancestral Way with Abena. Today we're going to learn how to make shea butter. I am excited to learn and I'm excited to show you the process. Shea fruits naturally fall off their tree. It's not encouraged to climb up the tree and pick them or to use a stick and knock them off the tree. When the shea fruits are ripe, they will naturally fall off. Typically, animals will enjoy it and depulp it for you, and so you might be just walking randomly and finding the nuts looking like this. Or when you pick them underneath the shea tree, you could take them home and depulp them yourself. I am excited to learn and I'm excited to show you the process. Come with me and let's learn how to make shea butter.
Shea butter is one of the most important vegetable oil in West Africa. Locally, it's used for cooking, for skincare, for health, for traditional medicine, and in many healing practices. The demand for natural and organic ingredients in health and personal care has increased the need and use of shea butter. Shea trees are indigenous to the African continent. You can find them across the Sahel region from Senegal to Uganda. The majority of nuts collected are for local use, and over the years, the Western demand for shea butter has risen, making it one of the most sought-after butters. Shea trees are semi-domesticated. They were not planted by any individual. Many communities came to meet the shea trees as they have always existed along with other indigenous trees. They can be found in the bushes, along the road, around homes, schools, and in many communities. It takes approximately 20 years for a tree to bear fruit and produce nuts. An average maturity can take about 45 years, and most trees will continue to produce fruit for up to 200 years or more. Shea fruits are typically harvested in June and July. It is advisable to wait for the fruits to be ripe, to fall off the tree, to ensure that you get good and sufficient butter for the processing. The shea fruit is edible. You can eat the skin and pulp, leaving the nut for processing. We are here with Madam Felicia in the Upper East region, in the town of Sapporo, to show us the shea butter process. Most rural women process shea butter for a living. For many, along with farming, this is your main source of income. Here, Madam Felicia is depulping the shea fruit. The process is tedious, time-consuming, and intricate. It's not a process that can be rushed. The methods for processing are labor-intensive and do not always guarantee consistency in the quality of the butter. Once the shea fruits are depulped, boiling is the next step. The nuts are to be boiled within 7 days of depulping for a maximum of 40 minutes. They are not to be overboiled. Once the boiling is complete, they are to be completely dried on clean surfaces or mats or drying rack. At this stage, the shea nut should not be exposed to dirt or rain. Once the nuts are dried, the shell is to be broken to separate the inside nut from the outside shell. The nuts are then to be dried again, and this can take about 3 days. My friends, this ancestral practice is not easy. Let's watch Madam Felicia explain her process to us.
Tinang la monta pi wa tawa na wa yarke wa ba yarke to wa ba ku ke ke pan dik sara ndet mbombo mi sara wa tinang pi bonna tana do ta ba bi te ja ba yarke dan yarke to ku ke te pan pi ba tawa na pas te ba le ku nyum ba ma te pan sara tena sabat papan tataki taking banne kata ne wa ana pasi pam pokse to lebu ka sara ya ne ba sar si ka po sara songrama di kugru wana po sa ingat sih kon sa ba korong
Yes.
sa bingkar sa zara hanya ban zara zara wala
So, what do we do after this? What do we do after breaking this up?
tena sawa na ba ta va ta kin tena kin to ko ka baraka ko ba kata ne na yo ba ne ngutam che ba ko te panta ta ne karang ta ba tar ya kana itu ko o ma po kana itu le pa yung pc tenan katar la tenan pi me nan pi he ta tenan ta dikin na ko he awo ma po se ma ala o bom bil la dele ma ita tan yata taman zo ko to ba ala ta ma pa minute awo me ita ba ma me nan pon pi hu ta kin ta ko ba kan na ko ma nda ma ita an dikin ba ma len na ko ha fi na yata sel ko ya homma ya nda ma ya saro ma saro itare daran jir nan dikin ta ko da yin ma ala na le ye salama ndem sal nya la film de dara le sara ya ho sin le tenga ho tar ya.
The day had just started, and I was already tired from breaking the shea nuts. My arms were not prepared for this level of work. But now it was time to roast the broken shea nuts in the pot. Women are the primary producers of shea butter. All the shea trees in the communities and bushes belong to any woman to harvest. And in some localities, if a male farmer has shea trees on his farm, then the shea nuts belong to his wife, but not the trees. Let's hear what Madam Felicia has to say about this delicate roasting process.
Naka kimo na gedet ni makata ni maning utam. So kin to ko to tata ni. Yuna to lampi. Ba la ta dikisa pan kino. Ba zo riba gening na men kelembana. Honaka kimba kana bu ge baning ta kana me kan zo pa hun kimba la hona kin kan ta ba ko ka ba kana zo gana hun ka kin kan ta ba ko ka nam ta bi ta ba ko ya da na ta bi ta ba ko ya hana kin ta ba kala ta ce ba ka hon mi to bana hona kin wana ba ka ko la ba ce ba kuma go anta kin to ba ko ka ba kala ce ba ka ba to bang to ba ko ya hona kala mina wala si hona la en ko wa ana to ko bini han to ko binti ba en kawo ho min to ba ko ya ana en ko la en binti bon butla en kawo.
Madam Felicia emphasizes the importance of making sure that the nuts are roasted well for grinding. She said, when you sprinkle just a bit of water to the pot and the water burns down quickly, then the nuts are almost ready to be done. It turns into a dark red color when it's ready.
Kina wala kina lab so hanen ngana sa kina wala to wa de kaba wannan ka group da wala bai to kaba group kan pa
Which one?
group ya bagel ba bi la ke ban bo mora
You need
ke ban tiri
you need strength to be able to.
Typically, after the nuts were roasted, they are taken to the grinding mill to be processed because the quantity is too large for this traditional grinding process. But prior to the community grinding mill, this is how women grinded the roasted shea butter. And as you can see, this requires the use of your whole upper body to make sure that the roasted nuts have been grinded down into a paste. And off we go to knead. There are many challenges that women face in the shea butter business, like consistent electricity, transportation for distribution, proper storage facility, processing equipment, and access to financing to purchase machinery for drying and kneading.
na you setting meba setting meba to puke ona ngamba se ngwana ba puke to yanta ta in ya in ko in bini in to le ka puru to hoyaga ya in ko in pohra to manan ka wa andang na ya ta wi 5 to ba me gelo na wa andang la ta angang 5 to na ka ba se ba dadare ba nda ba ha na inga to ba da ba ha dadare itma gaba na ka ba ha se de le ta da si da sita to ya in gaba na
Supporting women in the shea butter business means investment in processing equipment, value-added training, and a restructuring of the supply chain to benefit the women and their livelihood.
It's actually not easy. It looks.
yeah.
See, when you see the woman doing it, it looks simple, it looks easy, but it's not. You're doing an amazing job, you know? This requires, the muscle of a soldier, really. It requires the muscle of 1,000 armies.
The kneading process separates the fat from the rest of the nuts. You knead, you add water, you knead again, and add more water. This is a necessary repeated process, and it is to transform the dark brown paste into a pale, almost white butter ready for boiling.
So, how do we get from kneading the butter here
Tanang meba me
to
ba
this?
puke titi yaga de ge burmala ka ba ngata ta doka te baleb ka te silke in te ba gise dana ka
So, when it's an oil, how long does it stay to become solid?
han nik ze be ta pa yel te ba gine dan dik ba zele be ta yel ka bilika te ba gine dana ka
Okay. Wow. Can I use some?
Once the butter is boiled, the oil at the top is separated from the grains at the bottom. Then the oil at the top is boiled again. This is what is left to cool overnight, and it turns into the final solid shea butter. Shea butter has long been recognized for its healing properties. It's anti-inflammatory, excellent for regenerating the skin, and a way of life for many African women, like Madam Felicia.
It's good.
Smells
Very good.
Oh.
Very good.
So.
Yes, I should take them home. Yes, I should buy them to go.